I don't think it would be news to say that the world's been a pretty crazy place recently. All sorts of insane world events are going on all the time, but nothing has been at the forefront of people's minds quite like the Epstein list. I think we all want to know who was on that list, who was going to that island, all those questions that have just been burning at the forefronts of our minds. And it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any answers on that anytime soon. But I'm here to do an in-depth investigation and definitively answer which DC villains went to Jeffrey Epstein's island. So I found this tier list. It has 53 DC villains on them. They're mostly Batman. I'm going to be honest, they're mostly Batman. I saw some other lists, but they had like 300 villains on them, and I'm not making a 300 character tier list. I didn't even recognize some of them. So that's how you know I'm getting deep cuts, and I didn't know who the fuck they were. But I've arranged this tier, this list, into 4 tiers. So we have top 1% attendance. Those are people who go there. They love going there. They know why they're there, and we know why they're there. Below that was tricked into going. You know, as we know, the Epstein Island was a blackmail operation by the CIA, maybe Mossad, maybe some shady one-world government. Who knows? Not me. But perhaps someone on this list, or multiple people on this list, were tricked into going there for blackmail purposes, you know, and maybe engaged some activities. We'll get more specific when we get to them. We'll talk about it. Below that, only there for the barbecue, you know. They went there. They were advertised on this being a fun party island with a bunch of billionaires. They went there. They had some ribs. They snorkeled. They maybe rode some jet skis for a while, and they went, "What the kids?" And they promptly left. And then we have never attended, which are the people who were aware of. Actually, okay, and the barbecue people, they kind of knew what was going on a little bit, but they like weren't sure. They weren't like positive, but they had some suspicions. But they really liked whatever recipe they had on the ribs. Below that, never attended. Self-explanatory. People who didn't end up going. All right. So all in all, we've got 53 characters here. Let's get through all of them one by one. I'm gonna start at the end here. For various reasons. So we're starting here. I'm pretty sure this is Heatwave, the Flash villain. He's a criminal. He likes money. He has a gun that shoots fire. He's best friends with Captain Cold. I'm gonna say went there for the barbecue. I'm largely familiar with this guy through the Flash, the CW verse. Unfortunately, I've read him in like comics and stuff, but I'm not like super familiar. But I know Dominic Purcell's portrayal of him, and I'm pretty sure that one's fairly accurate. He's kind of a dumbass. I feel like he would be there chowing down on some ribs and, you know, maybe playing some volleyball on the beach, and he kind of hears something in the distance, and he's like, "What the?" But he doesn't pay too much attention to it. So he's for sure only there for the barbecue and the events. Next we have them. This is General Zod. I didn't verify everyone on this list. That's General Zod. I mean, that's an evil motherfucker, but I just feel like he wouldn't vibe. Like, he'd be like, even if they didn't tell him. Here's the thing: if they told him what it was for, I feel like he wouldn't vibe with that. Like, that's not something he's interested in. I will find him! And I also think he wouldn't be interested in going to some fucking party island. Like, that sounds boring to him. He's like, I gotta fucking destroy your Earth and fight Superman. I just got out of the Phantom Zone. I don't have time for this. So he's going and never attended. Yeah, he never attended. Zaz. Boy. This dude is one of DC's biggest freaks, especially in, like, the comics. Like, the pre-Arkham. He was, like, a sex freak, I'm pretty sure, in some interpretations. At least in, like, the Nightfall comics, I think he was. I mean, there's only one tier he makes sense in, which is top 1% attendance. I don't think he was top 1%, but I don't he wasn't tricked either. That's the only... Top 1% just means... You know what? We're adding one more tier. No. Add row below. And this is going to be the yellow one. And this one is going to be this color. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be frequent flyer. These people went there a couple times. They went there a handful of times. They enjoyed it. They know what they're there for. Boom. Alright, that's good. Now we gotta sort it out. I'm pretty sure this is Golden Glider. Another Flash villain. I don't know shit about this character, I'm being honest. I think Golden Glider's a dumb character. Let me Google this. Golden Glider powers. Ribbon manipulation. Oh. I'm pretty sure in the CW verse, she just has a gun that turns things gold. Which I thought was stupid, because that kind of removes the point of being a villain. You can just, or being a bank robber, you turn everything gold. Controversial take. I know that one of the most infamous individuals involved in the Epstein controversy. Controversy sounds a little light of a term. But one of the people largely embroiled in that is Ghislaine Maxwell. But I don't think if you looked at like the list of attendees, I don't think you would see a lot of women. People who like went there regularly. I feel like that's not really women's vibe. Like when women are predators, they don't like. It's like a scientifically like proven thing, or at least statistically shown that like women predators usually prefer to go after people they know. They don't like to go prowling for some new face. So I don't think Golden Glider would go. I don't think she would appreciate that, and I don't think she would want to go for the barbecue either. She seems kind of classy, I think. King Shark, dumbass. I don't think he's I mean, sometimes he's kind of evil in some comic interpretations, but I don't think he's like the worst guy. I'm putting him in only there for the barbecue. Oh yeah. Hush, Thomas Elliot. Comic version, not the Arkham games. I just think he doesn't have an interesting going. Like, he's like, would Batman be there? Will Bruce Wayne be there? And they're like, no. He's like, okay. Well, I have to go do nothing interesting. He's going and never attended. I think a lot of people fuck with Hush's character because of how he was handled in Arkham City, where he's like a creepy guy who cut out people's faces. And then you read the Hush comic, and it's like, he's just a dude. No, he doesn't have a cool dynamic. So, Hush, never attended. Gorilla Grodd. Why would he go? Again, just interests don't align. Same thing, this is the Ultra Humanite. Couldn't picture his ass going there. Like, they don't have anything to do with that. It doesn't seem like a place they'd want to chill. Mongol. Spacefaring warlord. Wants beef with Superman. Another one, I just can't picture him going. I'm not trying to force people onto the island I don't think would actually go. But I just can't see Mongol pulling up to the island in his trunks. Be like, where the kids at? I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't really see it for him. Mr. Mixius Pitalik. Pretty sure I pronounced that correctly. Controversial, maybe. He's going in the only there for the barbecue. But he deadass knows what's going on. But he just really wants to fucking chill. I'm sure there's going to be some wackier names on here. And he can be everywhere at once. He's like an extra dimensional being. So yeah, he's only there for the barbecue. He wants to talk. He wants to meet Bizarro, some other folks. That's why he's there. Killer Frost, same thing. I just don't see her ever going. I don't know why she would ever attend. I don't understand that. That Livewire? Again, I can't see her attending. Women aren't gonna want to go. They don't. Maybe if I had if Mercy Graves was on this list, she would be in like a Ghislaine Maxwell tier. But Mercy Graves isn't on this list. Unless, maybe she'll pop. I don't see her. So maybe I'm blind. Brainiac. I'm going to keep it honest with you, gamers. He's in the pursuit of all knowledge. All knowledge. He needs to know everything that's going on everywhere. So he's at least going to be a frequent flyer. He's got to show up a couple times to crack this mystery of one of the most significant things ever. This big conspiracy. Yeah, he's going in the frequent flyer tier. He's popped by a couple times. Maybe he's going to bottle it up and put it next to Kandor. You know, it's like Kandor, some city on Mars, and Little St. James, the island. Doomsday. I'm not putting him in Never Attended. He's either like a only there for the barbecue. I just feel like he would find his way there at some point. Somehow. I don't think he would do anything, but he's going in only there for the barbecue. Darkseid. Darkseid is supposed to be the god of evil in the DC universe. He's one of the new gods. He's the evil one. He's Darkseid. So I feel like if Epstein were to reach out to delegates of other worlds, if he got in touch with that little Desaad, and he's like, come here, Darkseid, to the most evil event on Earth. Like, it's truly the finest event for the most evil motherfuckers in existence, and we'll roll out the intricacies and all this fun stuff for you. Darkseid going a freaking flyer. For sure. Ra's al Ghul. And no, I'm Team Ra's. I know it's literally this isn't up for debate. It's Raish. I don't give a fuck. It's Ra's to me. It's always been Ra's. I've always said Ra's. I'm always going to say Ra's. It just sounds better. Raish sounds wrong to me. He's been alive a long time, and he's a pretty significant, powerful figure. And he's sussy. In Batman Beyond, he put himself in his daughter's body. Sorry. He's our first top 1% attendance. He's our first. Black Adam. I think that Black Adam, he cares about his kingdom. He's important, so he's the type of person that they would want to bring there. Because of that, was tricked into going. I think they baited him. They invited him on the plane, the Lolita Express. He showed up, and they were like, surprise, now you're on the flight logs, and you have to blow up Jaranapur for the CIA. Otherwise, we're going to show everyone that you were here on the child molestation island. And because of that, I don't think he would go through with it, though. I think he'd be like, damn you, fine. Jahanapur is done. And he would just fly home. So he got tricked into going. But he didn't do anything bad. The Court of Owls, as an organization, top 1%. This is literally DC's global elites. I mean, I know they're only in Gotham, but they're the guys that Alex Jones is screaming about, you know? So they have to be top 1%. Especially, like, as an organization. I'd imagine there's always at least one Court of Owls member there. I'd have to imagine. I don't know why the Talon is separate. Talons are freaking brain-dead dumbasses. They're just, like, mindless assassins. Only there for the barbecue. They're attending with the Court of Owls bosses, but they're not allowed to partake in anything, so they just kind of stand around. You know, they might play soccer on the beach, but they're not doing anything else. They might get some punch, but they're not doing anything like that. Atrocitus. Evil, angry murderer man. Again, blistering dumbass. I might put him in Never Attended, because I feel like a lot of the only there for the barbecue are people just want to fuck around and have fun, and Atrocitus doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to have fun. He wants to be angry. So and they wouldn't trick him into going. He's like the leader of the Red Lanterns, but I feel like they wouldn't have like the influence or the interest in reaching out to him. So I'm putting him in never been. Never attended. Ocean Master. I mean, this is another one that they'd want to get their hooks into. He fucking hates humanity. He hates Earth. But he'd get invited. And he'd go just to check it out and see if he can get some kind of benefit from it. He'd find out that he couldn't. I'm not adding another tier. So I think I'm going to put him into was tricked. He showed up. He found out that there was nothing there about not dumping plastic in the ocean or whatever. He's like, what, you're just doing what to kids? And he swam back home. You know, he just butterfly backstroke back home after hearing that. And he was pretty freaking pissed. Black Manta. So I know he generally is not known for doing anything like that with kids. But one of the only things I know about Black Manta that I've always known about him growing up, it was one of the first DC crazy facts I learned, is that he like murdered Aquaman's infant son. That's pretty fucked up, dude. So just for that, you're going to freaking flyer. Like, who knows what kind of suspect things he might do. He did that a long time ago. It was an old-ass comic from like the 70s, too, I think. Maybe the 80s. That was a long time ago for you to be doing that type of shit. So he's going to freaking flyer. He's pulled up a couple times. Sinestro. Like Atrocitus, I can't picture him wanting to show up. Like, he doesn't have time for that type of shit. So he's going to Never Attended. Never Attended is a lot of people, it's like, why would I go to this island? For either options, either for just having fun like them, or for the other stuff. I don't know. Katana, she's not even a villain anymore. I know she is, but she like was at one point. But she's just been a hero for so long. She's kind of like Catwoman, who's also on this fucking list. Yeah, so I'm not putting her. Captain Boomerang. Something about this guy rubs me the wrong way. Maybe it's just that he's Australian. That could be it. But something about Captain Boomerang rubs me the wrong way. I don't trust a guy that looks like that. I don't trust a guy that sounds like that. I don't trust a guy that talks like that. I don't trust a guy that dresses like this, that wears these colors. I wouldn't leave him alone with my kids. I don't have any kids, but if I did, I wouldn't leave him alone with them. I wouldn't leave him alone with a picture of a kid. And then also, like, what's with the unicorn in the Suicide Squad movie, the first one? And he said, that's weird. Top 1% attendance. That's just going off a theory. Mirror Master. He's a Flash villain, so yeah, he's top 1%. Another one, just something about him, like what do you do? Like, he could appear in anyone's room. That's creepy. I've got a mirror in my room. He can peep in on anyone's room whenever he wants. Suspect. I don't know. Don't trust him at all. Captain Cold. Where would Captain Cold be? They wouldn't trick him into going. He's not a dumbass, so he wouldn't only go there for the barbecue. But he's just slimy. Like, a lot of Flash villains are just slimy and weird. Even though they're supposed to be, like, not be that bad. They're like, oh, it's not really that bad. You know, what's he do? He freaking robbed the bank. Oh. But they just feel slimy and gross to me. Like, Leonard Snart. That's a sex offender's name. I'm sorry. Frequent flyer. Reverse Flash. Let's not beat around the bush here. This dude's the progenitor of the "it was me, Barry, I jerked you off at super speed" meme. I wouldn't put anything past Reverse Flash, honestly. Like, if you really wanted to fucking traumatize Barry, I could see him doing it. You know? He's just, I just wouldn't put anything past him. Was tricked. I'm dropping Hugo Strange in there, I think. Yeah. No, maybe frequent flyer. He's a creep. Like, if you're a creep, you get put in frequent flyer. Like, there's just something so, like, look at this fucking dude's face. Again, sex offender face. Don't trust him. Black Mask. There's no way to avoid bias. This is my favorite DC villain. I love Black Mask. I think he's so cool. He's kind of important in Gotham too, though. He has Janus Cosmetics. He's important. He's both a member of Gotham's socialite class and a leader of one of the biggest gangs in Gotham. So you would want to get a hold of him. You know, I put him in was tricked. He was tricked. I'm not going into any more detail. Bane, I almost put it at planning an attack tier, and Bane would go in that one. Like, Bane would not fuck with Epstein Island. That's just, I don't know. I couldn't picture him fucking with Epstein Island. I feel like if he knew about it, he'd be like, we're burning this place to the ground. So he's going and never attend, but he's kind of in his own tier. Mad Hatter, come on, bro. This is the only confirmed. No, well, this dude is a. Am I allowed to, I might have to bleep that out. He just is. He. Like, that's one of the most well-known things about him. He's definitely going there as often as he can. As long as they tell him there's some blonde girls there, he's like, Alice, I'll show up there. He's up there, yeah. So that's an easy placement. Man-Bat, he wouldn't go. He's a bat. He's busy flying around Gotham and sleeping in bell towers. He doesn't have time for that. Solomon Grundy, I feel like they keep him on the island like under as like a punishment for anyone who tries to escape. So I'm putting him in the only there for the barbecue tier because, you know, they lock him in a little cage. I don't know, kind of like the Rancor in Return of the Jedi. And if you try to escape, you get dropped in there, and he like crushes your head or something. So he's going. I'm skipping over Harley Quinn for now. Clayface. There's different takes on him. He's written different ways, but I feel like I can see him in the only there for the barbecue tier. Yeah, I think that one makes sense. Catwoman wouldn't go. That's a no-brainer. Same with Poison Ivy. Wouldn't go. What's it got to do? Are they going to talk about plants there? Probably not. I don't think she wants to do anything with those. That's... Her name's Cheetah. I was going to say Tiger, but I'm pretty sure it's a Marvel character. Cheetah. Maybe controversial. I get some suspect vibes off of her. Cat people. Too much like furry vibes. I'm getting weird sex stuff coming off of this one. And it's not like Grodd or the Ultra Humanite where they're just gorillas that can talk. Like, she's a human with like cheetah fur. Sussy, weird. I don't know. I think you might be the only woman going up here. I don't trust this one. Not a second. Lex Luthor, come on. Was tricked. He was probably the first person they tried getting there on this list. They were like, we need Lex Luthor on this island right now. We need whatever we can get on him. So Lex is going in there. He got tricked. He showed up. He saw Black Mass and Black Adam. He was like, what's going on here? They're like, fuck. They're like, you shouldn't have. Why did you come here, Lex? This is horrible. Now the CIA has their claws in you. Kash Patel. I know he's FBI, he's not CIA, but whenever he's involved with this shenanigans. Scarecrow. He's a weird, creepy dude. He'd probably go there for experiments, to experiment on people. But I feel like that's an extracurricular. So we're dropping him in the only there for the barbecue tier. Except he's not there for the barbecue. He's there to do some weird experiments. Deadshot wouldn't go. He has his own kid. He's not creepy like that. I couldn't see my boy going there. Killer Moth, stupid moron. If you wanted to, but he's got a cool suit. He can burn shit down. If you wanted someone on your list, if you wanted like blackmail together a team of villains, Garfield Lynn's probably be a solid pick. You could blackmail him. He'd be useful on a team, and he wouldn't do anything suspect though. Killer Moth, someone to get creepy vibes off of. I don't know if we've seen a lot under his mask, but he's suspect. I just get weird, uncomfortable vibes, so he's going in freaking flyer. Killer Croc. They wouldn't invite a fucking nasty ass fucking throwing off the vibe at Lil St. James. No, he wouldn't get the invite. He would. He wouldn't even want it. But he wouldn't get it. Kite Man would not go. He has a kid. He's not creepy, so he wouldn't show up for that shit. Mr. Freeze, likewise. Mr. Freeze commits crimes, but he at his heart is a good dude, right? He's just so lost his way that he does evil things, but he's kind of a tragic villain, so he wouldn't do something fucked up and evil like that, especially not just for his own pure pleasure. He has his wife. Ventriloquist, anyone who fucks with dolls and ventriloquist stuff, that's a top 1% attendance, for sure. Can't fuck with someone like that. That brings us on to Deathstroke. Another, like Mad Hatter. Like, these two are confirmed. Do I need to pull up the screenshots of him with Tara? I don't know what to tell you. They're confirmed. That guy's there. For sure. The Riddler. He's a frequent flyer. Definitely an incel. When you watch, like, those, like, Skeeter Jean videos or, like, Gideon where they're catching the creepy people, they're always kind of like some Riddler-ass types. Edward Nygma. He's a frequent flyer. He shows up. He hits up Epstein on the email. He's like, yo, when's the next get-together? And he's like, come on, you gotta stop hitting me up for this shit. That's enough. It's getting ridiculous. Same thing with Penguin. Tiny little freak, dude. I can picture, like, this dude didn't have, like, wealth and money. Like, that's what he would be doing. He's a sex pest. I don't fuck with him. I mean, I fuck with him as a character, but I don't fuck with him as a person. Two-Face. I don't think he would go. And he's too insane. Like, I almost put him in Was Trick because he's kind of like in a similar position to Black Mass, but he's just evil, and I can't picture him going for the barbecue, so he's just hanging back. The last one's the Joker. This dude is the personification of evil in DC. In fiction, he's evil. He's pure evil. There's nothing he won't do. So of course he would go. He's the most evil fictional character ever created. There's no one more evil than him, so there's nothing he wouldn't do. But here's what I think. I don't think Joker derives any kind of pleasure from things outside of, like, murder, unless things that, like, directly involve Batman. So I think he would go, like, he would always be there, but he wouldn't be doing anything. He would just be seeing it, like, that's fucking, That was a little bit of a Jared Leto Joker. He would go. Jared Leto Joker would go, and he would be there for the reasons. But yeah, he would just go there and observe, and he'd be like, this is so evil, it's funny. And because of that, he's going to drag Harley Quinn along with him. Again, that counts as an extracurricular, so she's only there for the barbecue. And that's that. I think this is a very solid list. I think this is accurate. I think whenever they decide to release the Epstein files, people are going to see these names pop up, and I'm going to be proven right. I think that this is spot on. If you disagree, I don't know what to tell you. I think you're wrong. Yeah, I don't think I'd change any of these. I think these are really good. I bet once I upload this, I'm like, shit, I should have put them in a different tier. But, all in all, this is a good list. I'm happy with this one. And, yeah, that's going to be it for this. Well, hopefully we get these files out tomorrow. Hopefully this video releasing scares, whoever has these files, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta start releasing them before bad stuff happens. We can only hope. Alright, well, goodbye. Thank you for watching this. Subscribe to my channel. It'll be good for you. Alright.